How many yards do you think Swift is going to get? Great question. I think that when it comes to Swift, he could probably get 1,000 yards rushing. I honestly believe he can get 1,000 yards rushing. I think that when it comes to DeAndre Swift, he is going to be definitely killing it this year, because if you look at the offensive line of the Lions right now and you look at what they're trying to do, it is on a different level right now of running the football. You got folks in here they're definitely going to get it. They're going to run the football. And I think that's amazing for what we want going on here, is we want this team to run the football, and you're going to do that. We're definitely going to do that. How many games do the Lions win this year? I said this a little bit earlier. I have us winning 6 games this year. I think that's about right for what we're trying to do in Detroit. I don't think we're going to be the first pick in the draft. I don't think that's going to happen. That's ridiculous. I think the Texans could definitely be the first pick. I believe that what they're assuming is that Jared Goff is a mouth breather, and I don't think he's that bad. I don't. I think he's a little bit better than mouth breathing status. And so I think that will help us out a little bit. Do you think Jamal Williams will take production out of Swift? Yeah, I do, cool man. I do think there's going to be production taken out of DeAndre Swift when it comes to Jamal Williams, but that's a good thing because we need to have a dual running back. A lot of NFL teams have not just one running back, they have 2. Ask TA Noble Sports, if you look what they got going on in Cleveland Browns, they're running the football like crazy because they have multi-backs that just straight up kill this thing. So 100% I think that it is okay to have that, and I think it's okay that he's going to take away from Swift. And if there's an injury, it's good to have both running and be used to it. It's really important for this team to get good at the running position and not be a one-dimensional player. We don't want that to happen. So we want to have multi-players for this football team that can run the football. And then we got to look at Jamar Jefferson. What type of production is he's going to do take away? I think he's more of a Theo Riddick type of guy, and he will get that. What's going on, Roman? Allen says 8-9. Lions have just a good chance to win the division as any other team, so odds should be 4-1. 30-1 is a steal. It is if you're a bet man, you're going to gain a lot of money, so why not do that for sure? I read that Lynn wants Williams to be number 1. It's possible. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think you're going to have like a specific number 1, like even if it's on the depth chart that this guy is specifically number 1. My assumption is that's not going to be the case. They're going to split carries, and I do think that, in all honesty, you'll see that Swift have a little bit more, but Jamal Williams is going to have a big factor for the Lions. He's definitely going to have a big factor for the Lions, and I think it's going to be massive for this team to have that. He is a individual that can go in between the tackles and get the football out of the backfield. That's vital for what we're trying to do. We need to have to run the football. We're so used to passing the football in Detroit, we have forgotten what really wins games, and that is running the football. I think that is the factor of what really helps us win games, is running the football. And so once we can get that running game in there, once we can get that going, I think we will be good to go for sure. But we got to be able to run the football, and having not just one guy but 2 guys is vital for the Lions. Mike, would you sign Malik Hooker? Malik Hooker, yeah, I would sign Malik Hooker. Yeah, it's a little bit of a risk, but you want to know what? It's important for the Lions to really have good at the safety position. It is extremely, extremely important to get players who can help us, because do you really want to have Harris as a guy you have to rely on? Do you want to have Harris to rely on? I personally do not want Harris to rely on. I think that is not what I need here. I would rather have a starter that can help this team out immediately. And I'm worried that Harris is going to hurt us. I think it is going to hurt us. And so I think if we can get a Malik Hooker, if you can get somebody from that era to help out the back end of the defense with Walker, it would be more beneficial to the Lions than what we got going on right now. So that is my issue for this safety position. Do you think the Lions go win a Super Bowl in 5 years? I hope they can be competing in 3 years. Not saying they're going to win a Super Bowl, but hopefully in 3 years they're a team that, you would expect that could win the NFC North. It's just up there with one of those teams that, you expect this team to be a competitor. And hopefully that's the case. But right now, that's not the case. But because you expect year one, you expect them to have a little bit of hiccups. Year two, you expect them to get a little bit better. And year three, you expect them to compete. So hopefully year three, they can compete and start to be a team that can win, the NFC North, that can get to an NFC championship. That's what you want, because if you don't expect that after a couple years, then why are we fans of this team? That would be my aspect of it. Why are we fans if we cannot expect a winning team in 3 years? So I'm not waiting 5 years. I want to wait 3 years for it. So that's what I would expect. Let's see here. Does Melifonwu take us out of the safety position? Melifonwu definitely could be an asset to the safety position. I think that's one of the reasons he was drafted, not just as a corner, but he's a multi-dimensional player. He can play the corner positions all over the field, the slot position, outside, and safety. And I think he's a big guy. We're talking a bit of a big body, so why not throw him over there and help out that positional group that's lacking? And that's my personal opinion on it. Will it happen? I don't know, but I think it can happen for sure. Let me see here. Got that up. I'm trying to get your guys' comments on here and get it to so you guys can read, but I'm just not seeing it, how it's working. Dan Campbell, what is your thoughts on Odell to the Lions rumors? Cool, man. A lot of people want to talk about the Odell Beckham Jr. I don't think it's legitimate. It's just, it doesn't seem like, for me, when it comes to Odell Beckham Jr., it just kind of seems like it doesn't seem like the right person at the right time. I just feel like they're going to go younger. I think that's what we're seeing with this team. We're seeing younger players in here. We're getting guys. I mean, we just signed a cornerback safety that was been 2 years in the league. This will be the second year. So I don't think they're going to make a trade for an Odell Beckham Jr. when we're going to be rebuilding through the draft. And you would have to probably get up a second-round draft pick to get an Odell Beckham Jr. or third. And I just don't believe that's going to be the case. As a member, how I didn't know about this live stream. I don't know. 9 drinks. It should have sent you, that's terrible, because you got to hit that notification bell. If you don't hit that notification bell, sometimes this stuff can happen. And that's why a lot of us preach, hit that notification bell. Hit that notification bell. So if you guys in the chat right now have not hit that notification bell, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. Because there's going to be times where I will go live and it just won't do it. So make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest news and rumors regarding our Detroit Lions. Let's see. If we get a top 10 pick in 2022, would you go for a quarterback or a different position? If we get a top 10 draft pick, I would like to get defensive line or a linebacker. I believe we got 2 first-round draft picks. So just depending which one we got, ooh, wow, Tim Monroe just became a member. I'm going to have this one show up so we can see it on here. It will be well, didn't pop up, but yes, thank you so much, Tim Monroe, becoming a member to my channel. God bless you. Thank you for joining the members here. We do member stuff on the sideline, and it's fun. But if we have a top 10 draft pick, maybe we have two. Who knows? Maybe the Rams suck. But I'd like to get defensive end and or linebacker with that position. I think it's really important to beef up the defense. With that said, I'm still about the concept of best player available. If you can get the best player available, that is the way to go, because we still have many holes on this team. We're still going to need a starting wide receiver next year. We're still going to need definitely a linebacker, a defensive end. Who knows? Maybe Jared Goff busts out. I don't believe he's going to be an absolute trash, but if he does trash out, you could go quarterback. But if you just go best player available, you're not going to screw up this draft. Penei Sewell was the best player available this past draft. What the Lions do, they picked him up. Lions fans were happy. Okay, and Levi Onwuzurike, he was the best player available in the second round. He was the #1 rated defensive tackle on some boards and the #2 on other boards. A big need for the Detroit Lions was the defensive line. They picked it, and it really helped us out in a big way. So whatever is the BPA, take that for sure. And if it's a quarterback, it's a quarterback. I have no problem if that is the best player available. Like, let's be real here. Justin Herbert was the best player available last year's draft, and we decided not to go that route. He would have definitely helped us in a big way. Safety, for sure. I'd love to get a safety. We all know we need help at safety position. No doubt about it. And if we could get a safety, I'm all for it for sure. Because I feel like, dang, safety is killing us too as well. And we need to get that in there.